Well, guys, we made it through another Thanksgiving, and it's been a really stagnant, boring couple of weeks for the last, I don't know, 2 months. The same old with tech news. But let's talk about what's new, Black Friday, and recover from our turkey induced coma on optimized hardware this week. So I know everyone's probably seen that everyone raced out to get the 9800X 3D, took pictures of it in their car, all buckled up safely like it was a 4090 or one of the high-end graphics cards, said, I've got the fastest gaming CPU in the world, and then AMD leaks a new CPU that's going to be coming out shortly. These are just leaks right now and rumors, but I can guarantee it's coming. So the 9950X 3D supposed to be dropping shortly, and I think that's a 16-core, 32-thread CPU. Boasting a 4.3 base clock with a 5.7 boost clock, which that's something that would suit to me. Seeing it's a high core count with the V cache, and I think should perform really, really well. I don't think it's going to be like the last generation with their V cache, because they definitely made some improvements, and hopefully it will be unlocked for overclocking. So that's interesting, and I'm glad to see it. And sometimes that's why it's not the best thing to just go out and rush and buy it. Sure, if you want to make the upgrade and you're happy with the other CPU, just want to get rid of it or sell it or put it in another build, it's great. But if that's your primary rig and you were in such a rush, maybe you should have waited a minute, especially if you didn't have a giant boost from the upgrade. That being said, as well, on the budget side of GPU releases, there are some slips of stats for Intel's new Battlemage Arc B580 with a $250 price tag, price to compete with like the mid-range GPU stuff, and they say they're going to be able to beat up on some of the mid-range and be a little better. And at that price point, hopefully they sell really well, which would be good for them. They need all the help they can get right now with the 13th, 14th gen blow up in their face, and then the Core Ultra stuff. So Intel could use some good luck and some revenue there. They've also had a ton of financial trouble. So we'll hopefully see a decent GPU for a good price, make the market a little bit more competitive in the mid-range market for AMD, Nvidia, and the Battlemage stuff. So hoping to see a good card. I've seen images of the card. It looks pretty good. So hopefully they've got that thing straightened out. The drivers are good, and it's a decent GPU for everybody. So we'll look forward to that stuff coming up shortly. Well, speaking of Thanksgiving, Black Friday is falling upon us, and the whole week we've seen a lot of Black Friday sales. Amazon has some interesting stuff. I'll go over some of the things that I thought were decent pickups, because there's a lot of actually not great deals on Amazon. There's some good stuff. It just depends on what you're looking for. I'm going to start out with monitors. So if you're looking for a decent 4K monitor, the MSI Mag 322 UPF. It's a 32-inch monitor. It's an IPS panel. It is 4K, and it does a 180 hertz refresh rate, which is pretty damn decent. I like this monitor. It's not bad. It's got decent gray to gray, good color accuracy. The menu's really good in it, so it's a good pickup for $349 right now. That when that monitor released, I believe it was $550 plus. So if you're looking to jump up to 4K, that's a really good panel. Also, the Samsung Odyssey, the G50D. So that is an IPS panel. It doesn't have that space age look or the weird bottom bezels. It's a lot more attractive monitor. It's a 32-inch panel. It's 1440p, also 180 hertz. Has decent reviews. I've used it in the past. It's not a bad panel. And for the money at $279, that's kind of tough to beat. It was regularly priced at $430 plus. So that's a really decent price for that panel if you're looking to step up to 1440p 32 panel, which is pretty good for gaming. On the CPU side of things, the 12700K is down at $187, and it has been there since before Black Friday. Picked up 3 of these actually because it's one of my number one sellers and a very reliable CPU. They're on Amazon now, and I haven't seen them anywhere else that cheap recently. The 5700X3D, which is like a decent Vcache AM4 CPU. If you're staying on that older AM4 platform, you want a little bump. That's not bad. Say you're like on a 5600X that's selling for $196, and I think the 5800X is actually selling for around $175 to $180 as well, so decent deal. In the PC case market, the Montech Sky 2 GX. It can house the EATX board. It does come with 3 big 140 millimeter fans. They're RGB. It's a big case. It can hold like a 4090. It holds 360 AIOs. It's a really good deal for a case, and you really can't beat that at $75. So look for that thing on Amazon. It's been on there. It's not even a Black Friday sale. Also Montech Air 903 base version in white is on sale for $59 right now, which is a hell of a deal. It comes with 3 140 millimeter fans. I use that case a lot. I actually use the Max variant, which has the 4 fans with the RGB. But that case is tough to beat. It has really good cable management, lots of room. You can put a big giant card in it, the biggest ones you can get, like a 4090, of course. And the cable management's good. It's a really decent case for the money, and for $59, that's tough to beat. I'm going to buy several of them for white builds. A lot of people building white builds are swapping out fans anyway. So if you're looking for like a really affordable, decent case that can put, pretty much anything in it, that would work. It can put a big 360 in the front and in the rear, in the top, and it houses all 140 millimeter fans. So a super good deal right there. Even as it is, that's a really good deal. For coolers, I saw Cooler Master has their the Master Liquid 360L, which is the black variant, selling for $69, and that's really tough to beat for a 360 IO. I haven't had any trouble with that system, with that cooler in particular. I've used it on several builds, and it is a very good cooler for the money. It's going to beat out a lot of tower coolers without any issues. It's a really good piece for the money. It's an easy install, and you can use it for older Intel, older AMD, and all the newer stuff too, like AM5, AM4, LGA, older stuff, and then 1700 and up. So a decent deal there. That's something to look for Black Friday deals. And if you're looking for like a decent keyboard for really cheap, and you have to kind of keep your eye out, but I picked up this high 75% keyboard. It is a wired board. It is by a company called Leobog, but I think it is just an EPO maker, Repop. I'm pretty sure they're making all this, but it did come with some really horrible switches. They were clicky. They're not bad, but I did swap out for some linears, and it sounds really good. It's a super nice board. If you want to take another look at it, it's an all aluminum board, so it's really heavy. And feels pretty good. So this was a good deal. I got it for $39 just hunting around. They do have a bare bones version of this where you can put your own switches and keycaps in for like $30 or like $39, I think it is on Amazon. You just got to hunt. You really got to look for it. It's kind of buried in there. So if you're bored, get on Amazon, look for some of those good Black Friday deals before they're gone. Like I said, be careful because a lot of that stuff, I feel like they mark it up a week before and then bring it back down. But those are some good buys. I did buy that MSI monitor. I also picked up this keyboard, and I grabbed some stuff for some of my friends and some stuff for stock for some of the builds that I do. So some decent Black Friday deals out there. Newegg's got some good deals out there as well. Micro Center's always got good deals, so it's tough for them to even give you any great Black Friday deals. They always have something awesome for sale, and their bundles are really good right now. So if you're looking for like a older 12th gen bundle, Micro Center's really good right now. Any of the AMD stuff, they've got some great bundles for AMD packages for CPUs and motherboards and RAM, which can save you a lot of money. So go out and look for those, and we're gonna hopefully save some money this season before Christmas hits, and maybe get some Christmas gifts early for everybody that is a PC tech enthusiast like us. Well, guys, candidly, I know I took a break for a little while. It was just that tech news was so dead, and all the hardware and software out there was just like beating a dead horse. Paul from Paul's Hardware did a really good video recently just saying tech news can be really tough, and this is like the most stagnant time of year, right before the new 50 series drops, right before all these new products come out. It's kind of like a bad time to upgrade right now. So, if you're on some really old hardware, I get it. And, this makes me think about when I was, I guess, 2022, October-ish into like December. So at that point, I had the fastest gaming PC, work PC you could possibly own with like a liquid cooled 4090 and a 14900K clock to the moon. And, you're top dog. But you're never a top dog. Someone's always going to have a better setup, and parts are always going to get better over time. So take that into consideration before you rush out and make like a uninformed decision or a really bad buy or something. You get that buyer's remorse when you go out and you're like, I'm going to upgrade right now. And then 2 weeks later, something awesome drops. You're like, I should have waited. And then you're not going to get as much money as you did for that item you used if you wanted to sell it out. maybe you do and you scalp somebody, but you know, I'm a pretty decent seller. Like if I sell one of my old 4090 cards like next year, I'm going to sell it for a decent price, and they're really tough to come by at the moment. But I think, you know, making a smart decision, unless it's going to make like a huge difference in your like workflow or gaming performance, is it really worth it for you right now? So make a good informed decision. You know, hang tight if you're going to buy a GPU right now. I think that's the best news I can give. And I really just want to end on that note. So, you know, there's always someone bigger, badder, better out there. And a lot of the like the PC group that I'm a moderator in, we see a lot of arguments over like AMD, Intel, and, you know, Team Red, Team Blue, NVIDIA cards or this card. Like, it's all stuff that we buy and play with and have fun with. You know, we're all enthusiasts. We should all have fun. And leading into that, I'd like to thank our Facebook group, Custom PC Builders. We've got like almost 100,000 members right now. We'd love to have you there. So if you're interested, go over to Facebook. You know, join our group. You got to answer a couple questions to get through, make sure we don't have any bots coming in. But we'd love to have you there. You can share your build, ask questions. We can help you with your rigs. We try to keep it to be a really friendly group. It's not very toxic. We don't really tolerate a lot of arguing and whatnot. We're here to help each other, from the high-end enthusiast to the low-end enthusiast who's just getting started, a first-time builder, or someone that's built like, you know, 1,000 PCs. So come on over. We'd love to have you over at the group at Custom PC Builders, so please do so. Also like to thank Ugreen. They sent me out this really cool product. I haven't even got a chance to use it, but it's like a 13-in-1 100-watt fast charger. It has like, you know, micro SD cards. It's got all kinds of stuff, Thunderbolt support, gigabit Ethernet support, all kinds of stuff. So this is like awesome, and I really appreciate it. You know, it looks like it's like you can make 3 monitors hook up to this little guy. Off of like even like a laptop, which is really neat. So we appreciate you, Green, for sending us, all the guys over at our Facebook group, all these to try out. So pretty cool. I like to give those guys a plug, and I hope you guys have a really good holiday season. If I don't talk to you before Christmas, I'm sure I will, but I just wanted to get something out there, say hi to everybody. Hopefully you guys got some good Black Friday deals. Hopefully everybody's bellies is full and we're all recovering and get a couple days off and go back to work and you know, get back to normal life. But thank you as always for watching. If you like the channel, please, you know, like and subscribe. It really would help me out, and I appreciate you guys very much. Have a great day, a great weekend, or a great week whenever you watch this, and thank you for watching Optimized Hardware. We'll see you on the next one.